Hello my beautiful people, thank you so much for joining me on today's video. My name is Elisa Masia Koala, and I want us today to talk about something that has always been a challenge for me, and I know a whole lot of people are struggling with, and that is setting boundaries. Are you that person who's always likes to blend in? Are you afraid to say no because you are scared that the next person will you will hurt their feelings? Are you always nice to the next person, and then at the end, later when you are alone, you realize that, but why did I agree to this? Or why did I not say that? Why didn't I say this? Why didn't I put my foot down? And you feel like people are always taking advantage of you because you are just this nice person. I know, don't we love those people that the nice people in our circle, our friends that you can just call at 3 o'clock and say, can you take me to wherever? Or you just call and say, can I have money? And you never bring back the money that you borrowed. But at what cost? At what cost? All right, I was listening to this other lady, Nancy Levin, and she gave the perfect explanation on what are boundaries. And she said boundaries are limits and guides that we set for ourselves on what we will or will not accept, what we will tolerate, or what we won't tolerate, what is okay and what it is not okay. And that line between you and the next person, that line that you say, if you cross this line, it means you are stepping on my toes. If you cross this line, it means you are trespassing into my space. But a lot of us, we are so conditioned to always check up on others, to always make sure that the next person is happy, the next person is okay, because we were raised to believe that don't be selfish. You need to check up on the next person. You need to consider other people's feelings, but at what cost? A lot of us are peacemakers. You just say, you know what, I just didn't want to say it because I was afraid to hurt their feelings. But always finding yourself, there is this inner chaos, inner chaos that is within you, the fight that is within you when you always agree to things that you don't want to agree. Are you aware that when you say yes to the next person, most of the time you are saying no to you? And a lot of us, we say yes. We say yes because we don't wanna hurt the next person, because we are afraid that if I say no, it means I won't be accepted. If I say, do you know that child that when you were growing up, you would speak your mind, and people would always say, "Mara wena wa papa, you talk too much," and that child would always say, put her foot down and say, "I don't want it. I don't want it." And as we grow up, we go back to our little shell, our little cocoon, because we want to be accepted either at work, either in our circle of friends, either in a relationship, that because you don't want someone else to know your truth. Nancy, she said, there's something that she said, we need to understand that how the next person respond to our truth, it is not our responsibility, but we tend to make it our responsibility for the next, on how the next person is going to respond to what I'm saying, because they will always say, I don't want to hurt their feelings, but it is not your responsibility. Your no must be no. And okay, I believe in saying things with grace, being nice and saying things nicely and saying no, I cannot do it, without really being arrogant and being this proud person. But there are consequences of setting boundaries. There are consequences of not setting boundaries. Consequences of setting boundaries is there. People will, there are people who will. Some people will pull back. Will pull back because they understand, but they will pull back. And when you are not setting your boundaries, other people you will be taken advantage of. But which one is better? Which one is better? To people, rather let people know who you are. Rather let people know that your no is a no. That this one, if I say she must do this, she won't. That and in that way, people respect you, because people don't. Honestly, a lot of people don't respect people pleasers, because they know that I can just call that one and say, go there, and that person will just, without hesitating, go there. And at what cost? At what cost that we tend to allow ourselves to be walked all over, because we are afraid. Okay, how do we overcome this, being a people pleaser and setting boundaries? I think it first starts with self-awareness. You must know, what is it that I will tolerate? What is it that I like? This I won't do. This is how far I can get. Try to be aware, to be, that self-awareness, knowing what you like and what you don't like. And if you start with self-awareness, if you know yourself, if you know what makes you happy and what doesn't make you happy. I mean, this is not selfish. I mean, I know since we started these videos, I've been talking about self-care, self-awareness, self-this. It looks like it's a selfish thing. But even the Bible says, love your neighbor as you would love yourself. I cannot give you something that I don't have. So start with yourself. That self-awareness. What is it that you will tolerate? What is it that you will like? What are your values? What are your principles? If you know your principles, you will be able to know when to say yes and when to say no. So take charge of your life. Take charge of your life. Many of us, we are not taking charge of your life. It's like there is somebody who's controlling your life, and we have allowed that. I know maybe many of us is how we were raised. You just go with what the community is. The community, maybe the family. This is what is this is what has always happened in our family. This is what our family has always done it this way, and it is like it is a family thing. So take charge of your life. Take charge of your life and know that I cannot tolerate this. I cannot take this. This is it. I can't take this, or I can take this. So it starts with self-awareness, being aware of who you are, being aware of who you are, being aware of what you like, being aware of what you don't like. The second thing that that you can do in order for you to be able to set boundaries is, you don't have to say yes immediately. Learn to say, can I get back to you? Even at home, even with your kids, even with your boss, you don't have to agree now, because when you feel like you are being under pressure to say yes, you will always consider the next person's feelings, forgetting that saying yes, sometimes you are actually saying no to you. So learn to say, can I get back to you? Can I get back to you tomorrow? It will give you time. Give me an hour to think about it. Can I get back to you? I need to check. Get back. Can I get back to you? The third thing that you need to do, many of us, I say it a lot. Have your itinerary. Know what you will be doing the next day, or by God's grace, God willing, tomorrow I'll be doing this, tomorrow I'll be doing that. But if you don't know, if you don't have itinerary, and it's like your life is haphazard, just living your life haphazardly, you will be pressured. It will be easy to say yes to somebody else's commitment, because you don't know your own commitment. You didn't itinerary. You don't have an itinerary. You don't have you don't have a plan on your life or about your life. So learn to say. Learn to have a plan about your life, and say, tomorrow I will do this. Tomorrow I'm going to do that. So I hope this will help you. to set your own boundaries. I hope it is not easy, but the first thing is you need to be aware of what is it that you like. You need to teach people on how to treat you. Boundaries, they protect you, they protect the next person, and boundaries, they teach the next person that this is us. You're not being mean, you are just being truthful. Boundaries, they help, they protect you, they protect you and the next person, because if they cross these boundaries, they will cross to they are trespassing, and that there will be consequences, there will be friction, there will be chaos, there will be fights, and you are also protecting yourself for not being taken advantage of. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.